A very good evening to you. This is VOS TV, and you're welcome to our news bulletin for this hour. I am Blessing Peter. First, the headlines. Organizers intensifies preparation for Senator Monday Okpebholo inauguration tomorrow. Federal government exonerates itself of criticism over the arrest of minors. Plus, Edo State resident reacts to Governor Godwin Obaseki's performance over the last 8 years. Now, the news in detail. Organizers of the inauguration ceremony of the incoming governor in Edo State has intensified preparation for the event. Our correspondent Victoria Ukwamedwa, who visited Samuel Ubemudia Stadium, the venue of the event, reports that the place is wearing a ceremonial look. Here is the complete report.
This is Ubemudia Stadium in Benin City, the capital of Edo State, where the inauguration event will be taking place tomorrow, where the Obaseki-led government of the PDP will be handing over to the Monday Okpebholo government. And then this is the stadium where the inauguration event will be taken off. And of course, you can see the preparation is ongoing.
The preparation of the much anticipated inauguration has heightened as the venue of event now wear a new look. When our news crew visited the stadium, decorators and sound engineers were sighted in different sections of the stadium performing one task or the other. Paramilitary personnel were also spotted within the stadium, obviously making final preparations for the parade. In preparation for the ceremony, a cross-section of Benin City residents, including a former commissioner of police, bear their minds on their expectation.
It's so very, very good. Everybody is happy about it. Thank God you were here, you saw it. Preparations are in top gear. And what we saw here today is going to be very, very glamorous tomorrow. The day is going to be a very, very big day. There's high hope, everybody is happy, Edo people are happy for the good choice and the right choice they have made. In fact, Edo people, they are going to be better off for the choice they have made. And of course, Edo State is now ready to see what is called government and governance.
Tomorrow is going to be a glamorous day. There's going to be a lot of activities, celebrating the new government that is in place and the new governor that is going to be in place. So you can see for yourself, you were here during the rehearsal, and you can see the mood of everybody. And the weather too has been very, very clement, and everybody in Edo is happy. So we are good to go.
Other respondents highlighted areas the incoming government should focus on.
When the government comes in place, there is a lot of hope, there is a lot of, you can even see the slogan, a new Edo is rising, and it's not just for fun. So we have absolute confidence in the person, the new government. So, and Edo is going to see what is true governance and to carry people along with development. And I know these programs are very plenty for everybody to see. So and I'm sure it's going to follow those programs to the letter.
I'm expecting them to revive us from some of the penalty and suffering that we had in Edo State. We farmers were experiencing the herdsmen. Destroying our farm, raping our women in the bush, making them also killing our farmers. It's causing the food hardship in our state. Then our expectation is we are wanting the governor to take that, because without food, we humans cannot live. So that he should tackle that for us. Then we are also expecting him to also make us a good farmer, that is by embossing us, giving us some of the farm inputs, fertilizers, some other benefits, because we Fadamans are World Bank children. Fadama is a name, poor or among the poorest that work in the farm, struggling to achieve farm benefits.
Stay glued to VOS TV as we bring to you the turnout of tomorrow's governorship inauguration in Sam Ogbemudia Stadium. Victoria Okwamedwa reporting for VOS TV News.
The Attorney General of the Federation, Lateef Fagbemi, has exonerated federal government from criticism over the detainment and trial of 119 minors charged with treason during the End Bad Government protests. Speaking with newsmen at a function in Abuja, the Attorney General said the trial was not unconstitutional. Jude Aweke tells us more.
The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi, SAN, says arraigning and trying minors who have committed crimes is not unconstitutional. He was reacting to reactions trailing the arrest and trial of the End Bad Governance protesters, minors, in a federal high court in Abuja. Fagbemi, at the commissioning of Law Corridor's new office complex and the presentation of a book on the modern Nigerian legal system in Abuja, added that, according to the Nigerian Constitution, trying to detain End Bad Governance protesters, minors, in a federal high court is not inappropriate, given the crimes with which they are charged.
Let me seize this opportunity to clarify something. People were under the impression that because they are children, they are minors, all sorts of theories have come up. There is no law in this country which says a minor cannot be tried. And I've also heard, they should go to a family court. A study of the law and the Constitution leaves you to no other conclusion that it is the Federal High Court that has jurisdiction in matters bordering on treason and allied matters. So the chapter is, but whatever the situation, the president has closed the chapter by his decision to have these young men released.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had earlier directed the immediate release of the 119 children arrested by the police over alleged treason during the nationwide End Bad Governance protest in August this year. The federal government also directed immediate investigations into circumstances surrounding the arrest of the minors who were kept in the police net for about 3 months before trial at a high court in Abuja.
The president was very compassionate. He's a father and a grandfather. If you look at what the facts in possession of the security agencies, you will marvel. But the president has come out to say, in spite of all this, I have children, I have grandchildren, if not great grandchildren. And that was what motivated his largesse or his passion to release them and also enable them in some way. So the credit goes to him for giving a compassionate consideration to the release, the treatment of the young chaps that were released.
Jude Aweke, reporting for VOS TV News, Benin.
Mixed reactions have started trailing the performance of the outgoing governor, Godwin Obaseki, whose tenure comes to an end tomorrow, 12th of November. Our correspondent, Victoria Okwamedwa, sampled the views of Edo State residents on the performance of the governor in the last 8 years. Here are our findings.
As Governor Obaseki's administration comes to an end tomorrow, 12th November, his performance in the last 8 years has started generating mixed reactions from the general public, particularly Edo State residents. While some scored him high, others felt his performance was below par. Those who lauded him highlighted his giant strides in critical sectors such as education, healthcare, and road infrastructure, which they believe contributed positively to the lives of citizens, noting that the visible impact has enhanced facilities and accessibility in various parts of the state.
The man tried as a person, as a governor, in the past 8 years that has been in power. He has tried in little achievements in terms of road, structures, and all of that.
Okay.
gave us the and also giving many youths the opportunity to learn different skills and also get to do better.
Those on the other side of the divide expressed their dissatisfaction over his handling of issues affecting petty traders and commercial drivers. They criticized the inadequate support for these groups and highlighted the need for the incoming government to address extortion by task force and other concerns plaguing them, which they claim have hindered small-scale businesses in the state.
The outgoing government, at least, we do something that makes the driver to say, this is our guy, he's going now, official, nothing like that. Nothing like that at all. Or rather, you send people to say, maybe just do one or two things. Just carry, take you to the right port, penalize you, the next thing, you cannot pay your fine. Okay. It's not something like that. You know, this one we call it, this one, don't like say, someone they do illegal work. This government where they
They tasked the incoming administration to raise the bar of achievements. Victoria Okwamedwa reporting for VOS TV News.
In a different development, a novelty football match organized in honor of the incoming governor, Senator Monday Okpebholo, was yesterday held in Benin City. Our correspondent, Austin Ayeni, who attended the occasion, reports that the event attracted political bigwigs and ex-internationals. Here is the complete report.
As part of activities to herald the inauguration of the incoming administration in Edo State, friends and political associates of the governor-elect Senator Monday Okpebholo yesterday organized a novelty football match. The novelty match, which was tagged Novelty/Victory Match, was played at the main bowl of Samuel Gbemudia Stadium. The event attracted the attention of the governor-elect Senator Monday Okpebholo, former governor of Edo State, Comrade Adams Oshomole, former Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Prince Clem Agba, and other political bigwigs from All Progressive Congress. The much anticipated match featured Super Eagles and Bender Insurance players such as Mutiu Adekboju, Afolabi, Bazwaye, and a host of others. The pitched Deputy Governor Philip Shoaibu, Chairman All Progressive Congress Edo State Jared Tenebe, former Speaker Edo State House of Assembly Frank Okiye were the top political stars that featured in the match, just as popular comedian Maleke was on hand to feature in the match. The novelty match, which started with ceremonial, was between Akpa Komiza and France versus ex-international. It was a good matchup from the kickoff of the game, as both teams had a good opening exchanges. Akpa Komiza and France team took the lead midway into the first half of the game through a left-footed shot from their winger, which left the goalkeeper Jared Tenebe helpless. The opposition team, ex-international, equalized before the stroke of the first half with a stunning strike from Philip Shoaibu. Hostility returns in the second half as both teams put up a good show. It was, however, a last-minute strike from the substituted player from the ex-international team that separated the two sides. A cross-section of the players bear their minds on the significance of the match.
We can bet that football will not die as the hub of sports. We connected it with this sport festival. Yeah, the last 19 months, the outgoing decided the institutions, sports that we establish, no matter how you try, it cannot be destroyed.
The incoming governor is trying to send a message that we're going to have more stars coming from this legendary pitch rather. So that's why we're here to show our support and commitment to that cause.
Edo
going back to the days of glory, like in Bende State under Ubemudia, Edo, Bende was known for sport globally. So I think we're going back there.
The big message, basically, is to show that the unity in Edo State has come to stay, and success is ours, and victory for all the Edo people.
Austin Ayeni reporting for VOS TV News.
In the meantime, following the incessant collapse of the national grid, which has led to blackouts across the country, Benin City residents have started expressing concerns over the unfortunate trend. Esosa Omorobe takes the story from here.
More reaction have started trailing the frequent collapses of the national grid across the country. The situation have sparked wide outrage and the condemnation from Benin City residents. A cross-section of the residents, who include legal practitioners, while speaking to our news crew today, expressed discontent over the unfortunate trend, stressing that the situation was having attendant consequences on the socio-economic activities.
I think it's quite unfortunate. It has a terrible impact on businesses, on households in general. It's causing hardship on the people.
It's having a negative effect on the citizen, especially companies that there are some companies that need power to produce their goods. They need 24 hours light, and so it's a wake-up call for our leaders to work on it and to.
How can you say per KVA we should be paying 222 naira in this hard time without even thinking of the public interest? Okay, now look at it now. The grid collapsed. It was raised again. Collapsed again, level times. Is it not money they are using for it?
I feel it's as if God made the economy bad. People are suffering, work are collapsing. People that have shop, business, the light really affects our business. So it's really bad on the economy.
Very displeasant one, because if Nigeria has a working system, I don't think we'll be hearing issues like power grid collapsing on frequent occasions. So it tells how horrible, insincere and unpatriotic Nigerian government is.
Something quite embarrassing. It's a shame that a country like Nigeria, with all the resources, has not been able to get the issue of electricity supply and distribution right over the years.
The respondents blamed the unfortunate development on low maintenance of the infrastructure and lack of electrical professionals.
Maybe negligence, maybe lack of maintenance, but I think in one word, we know the infrastructure is not holding up.
The respondent tasked the government to make urgent and lasting intervention in the sector, adding that the sector should be deregulated to allow private to independently generate their power.
This advocated absolute deregulation of the sector. Let it be driven just the same way subsidy has been removed. Not like I'm advocating or affirming the subsidy removal. I think private individuals should be allowed to venture into power, the generation and the transmission.
And the government to be sincere with themselves and said, okay, yeah, guys, we have to fix this. We shouldn't be politicking with everything. That's just it.
Every state and every local government should be able to generate their power and supply their people within their locality. And then I'm sure by the time we do that, we'll find that the charges, the tariff and all that will be lower.
Start with a supersonic idea. It's just idea. Everything is idea. When an area is failing, you get technocrats that can do the job, that can advise you.
Esosa Omorobe reporting for VOS TV News.
That is the size of our news package. Before we go, a recap of our major stories. Organizers have intensified preparations for Senator Ukpebholo inauguration. Federal government has exonerated self of criticism over minor detainment. Finally, Edo State residents react to Governor Obaseki's performance in the last 8 years. On behalf of our production crew, led by Austin Ayeni, I am Blessing Peter. Thanks for watching.